Ah, oh, welcome everyone. So we'll get started. Today we're going to especially work on a calming breath, which is trying to extend the out breath, and we'll use it in postures that are tricky to help us stay in them longer. And we'll use it when we've maybe done something more aerobic to slow our heart back to its normal pace. And also we'll use it to relax. And we'll use it now to start. So if you've got a cushion you might like to sit on, or anything really that is comfortable for you, and come and sit in a way that means that your spine is straight, nice and tall, you're comfortable and don't feel any strain. So if this isn't good for you, you can sit in any way that's comfortable. And let's get started. So welcome. Make sure you're sitting comfortably, and we'll start our centering practice. It may help to put your hand on your belly and maybe on your chest. As soon as you can, close the eyes. Let that be a signal you're letting go of the outside. There may be sounds inside your house or outside in the street. Don't worry, just let them be. Instead, focus on you, that still and calm center of yourself. As you close the eyes and look more inside, notice and feel your breath. Feel it, hear it, feel the natural flow of the air as it comes and goes. Feel, observe, and notice for 5 breaths the natural length and rhythm of your breath. Through the week we're busy doing, rushing around. Now we have time to sit still and be with yourself and calm your mind. Now try, and really try it, to make the exhale especially long. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3. Breathe out 4 more. Try it now and observe how you feel when the out breath is longer than in. Notice your shoulders drop. Notice your belly contract. Notice 3 more breaths, really deep out breaths as you sit on your mat. Now gently place your hands to your lap or your legs and open your eyes. Let's begin with the shoulders and the neck and use that out breath as we breathe and move. Breathe in and start to lift up your head towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, draw the chin down and in. Try this 3 more times. Again, you may want to close the eyes and remember a slower and longer out breath on the way down as you exhale. Try the last 1 or 2 now. How much can your head tip up to the ceiling? And how much can your head tuck down and chin in? Then bring the head back to center. This is your breath in, and as you exhale, let your ear go to one side, your head, sorry, go to one side. Breathe into the center and then exhale the other side. Try this now with eyes closed. Breathe into the center. As you exhale, tip one side. Feel that stretch from your ear to your shoulder as you go last time to the other side. Now back to the center, and this time tip your head over to the right. Then lift up the right arm and let your right hand place gently by your left ear. Don't pull, just let the weight of your right hand gently rest on the head. Maybe you can take out to the side, not too high, just gently sloping down from the shoulder, your left arm to the side. Now close the eyes, relax the shoulders and use that deep breath to gently open the left side, down the ear, down the shoulder, all through the arm to the fingers. Then drop the left arm, lift up the right arm, drop it down, bring your head to the center. Try that on the other side. Breathe in, exhale, down, left side. Take the left arm up and let that left palm rest on the right ear. Then right arm out to the side. Stay there. Use that long, deep out breath and allow the exhale to drop the left ear more and feel that stretch all the way down the right side. Then drop the right arm, lift up the left and bring your head to the center, open eyes. Then give a big roll. And a big roll with the arms. It's really good if we've been sitting a lot working on computers at home to work on the neck and open shoulders and back. Take one more round the other side. So if you were going up and back, come forward and down. And then we're ready to start on all fours. So remove the cushion, have it maybe nearby, and maybe the books if you want to try, and then come down on all fours, spreading your fingers wide. So this is our tabletop, and we start with a dip of the belly and a lift of the head and a lift of the tailbone too. Then we exhale, draw the belly in, chin to and arch the back on the floor. Now maybe you can close the eyes and really feel this movement in your spine. They say we should do this every day when you wake up and before you go to bed. Dip the belly, lift the head. As you exhale, then reverse. Arch the back, tailbone goes down. Take 2 more rounds like this. Close your eyes. Now you can always come back to that at any time. Now we're going to try to take one leg off the floor. I'll do the left leg first, but it doesn't matter which one. Take one leg off the floor and stretch the leg behind, not too high. Try and keep it in line with your hip. And remember, at any time, you can come back to this. So we're going to work on that powerful out breath. Do you feel it? As soon as we lift the leg, the core starts to work and the lower back too. So use that long out breath. As we breathe in, we are here. As we exhale, bend your heel towards your hips. Inhale, point the toes down. Exhale, heel towards your hips. Now see if you can continue a few more like that, but bring the knee down at any time. If you feel steady, you can maybe try the opposite arm to the leg this time. As we inhale, stretch the arm, stretch the leg. As we exhale, take the fingertips to shoulders and heel towards your hips. See if you can do that for a couple more times. Use your strong breath. If you start to wobble, one more time. Really stretch. Use that long, deep out breath. Then hand and knee to the ground. Sink the hips back. Oh, that feels good. And this is when, if you can't get your head down, you could use some books or a pillow so that your forehead has pressure and can rest on something firm. So rest the head down. The knees can be together or wide. And then breathe and relax on the floor. Can you feel the breath from the back of your body? Take one deep breath. Then start to rise back up. Find that place, a square box back on the mat. Shoulders in line with the wrist, knees underneath your hips. Now the other leg, for me it's the right, as I stretch it behind and toes point down and heel pushes away. Trying to keep it not too high, not too low, in line with hip. And then I start with that breath, our flow. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Keep going, squeeze your core, make your out breath a little more and use it to power your muscles and calm your mind. Stay with this, or maybe you can also bring opposite arm and start to tap your shoulder as you kick. So breathe out, breathe in. Try that a couple more times. Use your strong out breath if you start to wobble. Then lower the hand and the knee, sink hips back. If the arms were out last time, you could bring them in. Have a book or a pillow for your head if you need. And now, stay there and breathe. Relax, especially through the neck. Relax and let the lower back expand. One more breath. Then start to lift your body from the leg. Move any props and take your hands back to square box. This time we're going upside down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the head, and you can walk the heels up and down. Really cycle out that legs. That last move for the legs was really good. for our quads. Now let's do hamstrings. So pedal here up and down. And then try this. See if you can lift one leg up in the air. Hold there. Breathe. Anytime you can bring it down. See if you can keep it up for one more breath. Now do what we did on all fours. Bend your heel towards your hips. And now keep your arms where they are. Your shoulders point to the short edge of your mat as you start to rotate your hips out towards the same side as the leg that's in the air. For me, that's the left. Drop your foot more, your hips towards the side, then turn your hips back to square, leg out and down. Drop to the knees, sink back one more time, and this time stretch the arms out in front. Take a breath here. Let your body settle. All the blood flow went down to the head, so stay there and rest. One more breath. Then return on all fours and upside down one more time. And this time lift the other leg, for me the right, up in the air. Stay there. Can you hold it a couple of breaths, keeping your palms grounded? Then maybe you can start to bring the heel towards your hips and then start to twist the lower body, the hips out to the side of the leg in the sky, and drop the foot towards the hips a bit more. Then return center, stretch the leg and bring foot down and sink the hips to the ground. And this time cat-cows. So close the eyes, release the spine and move the spinal column in its perfect flow. So that last one was really good for stretching the longest muscle in our body, and it sometimes gets tight if we're sitting around a lot. So it's good to stretch and open it up. Now bring yourself back to that downward dog and walk the heels up and down, up and down. Then we're going to walk the feet towards your hands. Take your time and you can keep as low as you can. Then drop your head and slowly start to rise until the head is the last thing to lift and we're standing on the mat. Well done. So my head might come off of the screen a bit when I'm standing, but you don't really need to see past here much anyway. So we're going to do a version of the sun salute, which will help us hold the postures and use that long breath to gain our strength. And then we'll do it a bit quicker to get our heart rate up, and then use the breath, the long out breath, to settle us. So if you haven't done this sequence before, it's fine, you'll learn it. And if you've done it before, this is slightly different because we're going to try and hold it. So come to the front short edge of your mat, and your legs can be hip width apart or close together. Now we don't want to stand like that. We want to really draw in the tailbone and squeeze the core muscles, not have our shoulders hunched, but roll them back and down. This is our mountain pose. So breathe in here. Maybe close your eyes. See if you can stay for 3 long breaths. Rocking a little back into the heels, keeping shoulders relaxed and tailbone down. Last breath. Then breathe in, lift the arms, either in line with shoulders or if you can, above your head. Stay there, one breath. As you exhale, bend the knees. As you inhale, lift the arms and start to lean back. Still the tailbone in. One more breath. On this exhale, can you lean back any more? Relax your neck. Nod a little to check it's not shoulders to your ears. Breathe in. Then breathe in, straighten your legs, and exhale, drop your arms. Breathe in, lift your arms. And this time, as you exhale, bend your knees and start to tip forward. So you're dropping your head. You can bend your legs more so your upper body rests on the thighs. See wherever your hands can go. Can they touch the floor or ankles, or hold them behind the thighs or the calves? Now drop your head, take another deep breath, and as you exhale, you might be able to straighten your legs. One more breath. Then take your hands to the floor and we're going to step right back. One big step back I'm doing with my left leg. You can put your knee to the floor, or for more challenge, take your knee off of the floor and make sure it's not too narrow, that you're going quite wide in your stance. Now you can stay here, stretching this leg that's back, or you can try to lift up a little more. Lift your body up. Keep your knee in line with ankle. Push your heel of the back leg back. Now for 3 breaths. Use that out breath. This is tricky, and any time you can drop your back knee to mat. If you're steady, lift the arms. As you exhale, sink the hips. As you inhale, start to lean back like we did standing. Exhale. Then inhale, lift up more. And as you exhale, hands towards floor, back knee to the mat, and front legs coming back. Downward dog. Lift up, stay for 3 breaths. You can walk the heels or just rest. Another deep exhale. Now, if you know what comes in this sequence, you're getting worried. Shift your weight forward, your chest towards your wrist, and push your heels away. 3 breaths. Let's try it. With a long out breath in our plank, squeeze your core, hold more. Make sure your neck's relaxed, you're not clenched and hunched, but strong. One more breath. Now we try to lower to the floor. And you slowly lower down or bring your knees to the ground till you're laying on the floor. Oh. Now take your hands so their fingers are under your shoulders, and we're going to take 3 breaths in a back bend. Breathe in, lift your head and your upper chest. Exhale, lower down. Again, lift up as you inhale. Maybe this time the lower chest rises up. Exhale, lower down. Last breath. How high can you lift? Can you get some of your belly off the mat? Relax your neck and your shoulders. And lower down on the mat. Now push up for another downward dog. Lift the hips and stay for 3 breaths. Make sure the head's relaxed. Maybe close the eyes and try a deep breath with a long exhale. Now, whichever leg went back first last time, it comes forward first. For me, that's the left. So I can either step big if I can, or I bring my knees down and bring the back leg round. So I'm here, but the other leg is stretching back. Your knee can come off the floor or have it resting on the mat. So here's your options to stay here, or try for 3 breaths to lift the upper body and the chest. Breathe in. Exhale, sink. Breathe in. Exhale, sink and lean back and back and back. And then breathe in and exhale. Back leg comes to the front, so a big step, or gently move like this. And then rest your head for 1 breath, hanging down. Then inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms overhead. And then exhale back to the start. So now I'm going to do that sequence. We just did it slow to hold the postures, and it gives you a version you can try at home. But now we're going to try it quick to get our heart rate up. If there's any bits that are tricky, like you can't quickly get your leg back and come up like this, don't worry too much. Do what you can. I'm going to do one version now quick, hit the postures as quick as possible, and then I'll do the second one slower, and you can do what you can. We're trying for 3 more rounds to get the heart up. So come near the front edge of your mat, roll the shoulders, and now let's start. Breathe in, bend the knees, lift the arms, hold and lean back. Exhale, tip forward, hands towards mat. Inhale, step back, maybe left leg goes back first, and then exhale, take your other leg back. Inhale, take the chest towards the wrist. As you exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, take a cobra, look up in front of you, and then exhale, downward dog. Inhale, take a big step forward with the left, and exhale, bring the right leg to meet the left. Inhale, lift up, bend the knees, lean back, and exhale, back to the start on your mat. Again, breathe in, exhale. Here's an option. Stretch one leg back, and you could stay here while we do this. Exhale. Inhale. Everybody can try coming down onto the mat, and inhale. Exhale, back to downward dog. Now the same left leg is coming through first. Big step or take your time. And then as you exhale, bring back leg front. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Don't worry if you get anything wrong. Just try to work with a deep breath. Inhale, we're leaning back. Exhale, slower and longer than the inhale. Inhale, big step back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to our plank. Knees can come down if you like and lower to the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward dog. Big step forward or take your time and bring the leg round again. And then both feet to the front, take your time. Inhale and exhale. Now the heart might be beating quicker. Now we'll use the breath to calm our hearts. So stand, feet together or apart, shoulders back and down, tailbone in. Close the eyes, palms facing out, squeeze the core, and now focus on those deep breaths. From that effort, all the muscles of the body have worked and stretched. Now we'll use the breath to calm the heart and mind. So stay, feel the heat in your body, feel the cool air as it breathes in and the warmth that leaves. One more deep breath. How slow can the out breath be? Well done. That's quite a hard sequence. So now come onto your mat. We're going to use the long landscape of your mat. So come and stand and take the legs nice and wide. You perhaps want your ankles underneath your wrists if you can. And now we'll turn the right foot out to the side. Your other left foot could be pointing forwards, but just see what feels nice and steady for you. We're going to take the arms to shoulder height and then watch this flow. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bend into the front leg so the knee is in line with the ankle. Inhale, we bring the arms up above and straighten both legs like this. Exhale, bend the knee, take your arms shoulder height like me. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and hold. Look down that front arm through the middle finger. Check your back arm hasn't dropped down and is nice and high. Keep your hips square. Turn your head to the right side. Now find that deep, slow out breath. Maybe you can close the eyes. One more breath. Feel the strength in your legs. And now something we all like, rest the front arm on the leg. So here our body's supported by this front right thigh. So we'll try and turn the chest more to the front. Maybe we can extend up the left arm in the sky and turn our chin towards our shoulder. Arm is high. Stay there. 3 breaths. If you want a little bit more, release this arm and take the hands towards the floor. Breathe. Now it's more challenging. You can rest or have the arm for 1 more breath. Then lift up, straighten front leg, lift the arms. And as you exhale, turn the right foot and arms come down. Well done. So you might want to walk the feet in just to give the hips a break before we try the other side. So take the legs wide again. This time the other side. So turn the left foot out to the side. Right toes pointing forward. Arms up to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, you bend into that left knee. Inhale, arms are straight and leg is too. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time, hold it out in our warrior 2. So arms are at shoulder height and we look down this front arm. Squeeze the core. Keep strong. Now use that breath. Power and strength. Calm for the mind with 1 more out breath. Now take that front arm, rest it on the front thigh, and then turn your chest more out to the front. So you can stay here, but maybe the arm at the back can come up high, maybe in line with your shoulder. Turn your chin towards your shoulder. And this is where you might stay, but for 3 breaths, you might want to try dropping that front arm, keeping the back arm high, and using that strong, slow out breath to keep you here. Then start to bring your body back up. Breathe in here, arms are high. And exhale wide. Turn your front foot, left foot to the front. And then walk the heels in. Oh, well done. That's very good for strengthening and stretching your legs. So now we're going to take a balance that will help with our quads and the strength in our ankles and our joints. So if you want to be near to something to hold, like the radiator or chest or wall, that might be good, but this is what we're going to do. So I'll show you from the side. We're going to stand on one leg and then bring the heel, like we've been doing in our dog and our cat, towards our hips. So you can see if you can hold the foot or the ankle, or you might even only be able to hold the clothes, and that's fine. Yeah, see if you can hold. And then when we've got hold of our foot or our leg, I'm just going to show you from the front now. We don't want the knees far apart. So we want to draw the knees together so they're in line and square rather than out to the side. And now I'll show you this way. We don't want to have the bottom out. We want to try and draw the tailbone down, and now my shoulders drawing back, my knees are close together, and I'm even going to try and pull the heel closer to my bottom. So you can hold on to something, or if you want to balance more, you could try to lift up the opposite arm high. So this is a quad stretch, but also a balance. And we can take it a little further for a back bend too. So if you want to hold the inside edge of your ankle or your foot and stay here and breathe. Now, if you want to try this and you feel a bit steady, you can start to draw that left leg back, or whichever leg you're holding. And then you might try to tip forward with that arm on the right side, if that's the same as you. And then you might want to kick back. Wherever you are, you need that long out breath to keep you steady and focused and have a gaze point. Now remember, you could be doing this at the wall or the radiator too. So if I show here, you might be able to lean on something. So have a try on both sides. See how long you can hold it. If you fall, just come back. Knees are close together, and this is good as well because we're standing on one leg and improving balance. But if you can, you might tip and just see how long you can stay nice and steady as you stretch. Just see. Have a little go. And do both sides the same. Well done. So one to practice. It's really good for the quads and good for balance. So now we'll start to come back down on our mat. If you happen to have a couple of books or cushions, this might be good, as we're going to come down in our yoga squat. So it's very good for your digestive system and very good for all your insides and especially your hips. So we're going to try and end up down like this, like in a nice human way to sit really, but you might find your heels can't come to the floor, and that's fine. And that might be where you want to, why you want to use the books. So we're trying to squat down low, and we're going to try for 3 breaths. If you need to lean forward, that's okay. If you can, bring your hands to prayer, and you might be able to use your elbows to push out the legs more, and you can sit up tall. So however you can get into this with the books or the cushions, now we try for 3 breaths. If you can, close the eye. As you take your deep breaths, this helps the digestive system too. In this pose, squeezing your internal organs. And one more breath. Well done. So coming out, if you've got the books, just move them to the side, and then come and sit down again on the floor. So before we do a flow laying down, we're going to, having done that digestive pose, we're going to now do another one for the kidneys, so our internal organs are nice and worked. So legs out nice and straight, and then bring in your right leg and squeeze it towards your body. If you can, lift it up and send it to the outside of the left, and then use your left arm to hug in the right. So you may feel this across the hip and the thigh on the right leg, and that's good and fine. Point the left toes up to the ceiling and then lift the right arm into the sky. Send it behind you. Put your fingers on the floor like a tripod and lift your chest. We're going to look over that right shoulder. Breathe in. Exhale, twist. Look over the right shoulder. Chin towards the shoulder and squeeze the leg. Breathe. Remember that exhale, slow and controlled. One more breath. Then lift that right arm, turn the chest back to front, and then lift up the right leg and maybe give it a stretch. Place it down, roll the shoulders, and let's try the other side. Bring the left leg in, squeeze it nice and tight. Maybe lift that leg over to the outside of the right. Hug with the right arm. Right toes are in the sky. Lift your left arm nice and high. Turn. Place the left fingers on the ground. Lift the chest. And then start to look over your left shoulder. Now use your out breath. Every time you exhale, can you twist and look over your shoulder more? One more breath. Then breathe in, lift that left arm up, and exhale, bring your chest back to the front. Lift up that left leg, give it a stretch, and then place it back on the floor. So we're going to do our final flow laying down. If you need a blanket or a pillow for the relax, you could grab it and have it nearby now. So we're going to end with a lying flow, which will really help settle you into rest. So when you've got everything you need, then start to lay down and rest the whole body on the floor. So as soon as you settle and you're laying on the floor, close your eyes. Let all your muscles rest. Your feet can be on the floor or your legs out nice and wide. Have your palms facing up to the sky. Before we move, settle. Feel and listen to your body. You have moved in some very strong ways. Now there is no effort. Now there is still and calm. Can you listen to your breath? Can you try to make that long out breath? Try it now. Breathe in for 3 or 4 and breathe out more. Now for the final flow. Place both feet on the floor. Arms by your sides, and let's begin. Breathe in. Take your arms up overhead. Place them on the floor behind. Exhale. Draw both knees to chest. Arms stretching behind you. Feet off the floor. Breathe in. Lift your legs to the sky. And exhale. Return your legs and your arms to the start. Squeeze your core, lower back to the floor as your feet slowly plant on the mat. Now ground your feet, breathe in, lift your hips, lift them up till the back is off the floor too. Exhale. Now slowly lower your spine until your hips are back on the floor. Let's go again. Breathe in, send your arms behind you till they touch down on the floor behind. Exhale, draw your knees towards your chest. Inhale, send your legs up high. Exhale, make it slow. You've got lots to do, don't rush. Bring your arms to the side and feet on floor. Breathe in, lift your hips and your spine and your chest towards the sky. Exhale, lower your spine and your hips till you're back to the start 2 more times. In your own time, flow with your breath. See if you can remember the flow. When your feet and your hands touch back down, lift the hips. Take the last round. Really go for the slowest out breath you can manage. Really focus on the exhale. The last lift of the hips. This time, maybe you can hold the hips high for 3 deep breaths. Ground the feet, lift the hips, squeeze the core, hold. Then slowly lower the body down. Now it's time to meditate, relax. So bring your pillow and your blanket and stay low. If you prefer, if you've got a cough or a cold, you can sit up or lay down on the mat. Now is the time, the most important time for you, for your heart, for your mental health, to relax the body. And today we take a meditation to really release stress and tension. So when you can and you're settled, close your eyes. It's time to refocus on yourself. No effort. You are calm. You are still. Ignore everything else around. Life will carry on. Let it go, let it be. As you stay there and be with me. Feel your natural flow, the natural speed and depth of your breath. Feel it. Now the breath may be steady as you're slowly relaxing the body. Feel the cool air in and warm air out. Now, take your mind, your whole focus of yourself to the bottom of the body, to the feet. Notice, observe any feedback or feeling as your mind's eye focuses on your feet. Breathe as if you're breathing through the toes. Feel the feet, and as you exhale, relax the feet and toes. Then move your mind's eye higher to your legs, from your hips through the knees to the ankles. Feel it. Legs are heavy, gravity pushing them on the mat. Now breathe and tell your legs, I am relaxed. Now move higher to your belly. Focus here. Feel the air automatically move your belly. Breathing in and out. Feel the flow. As you exhale, feel the belly soften. Say in your mind and mean it. Tell your belly, I am relaxed. Now move higher to your chest. Really feel your heartbeat, the rhythm of your chest. The breath naturally moves your rib cage and your chest. Can you feel the beating of your heart? Can you slow it? Can you control it with a deep exhale? I am relaxed. Now move your mind's eye higher to your shoulders. As you breathe and you exhale, do you feel them drop? Soften your shoulders, soften your neck, and say with your next breath, my shoulders are relaxed. Now to the head, to the face. Feel the air on your skin and through your hair. Feel your head heavy if you're laying on the mat. Feel gravity support and hold you there. Now say, my head is relaxed. Now the whole body is still. The whole body is calm. Feel from the toes through legs and chest, all the way up to your head. Exhale down, the whole body scan. Breathe and scan, relax. Stay for 5 full body breaths as if you breathe in through the legs. Take the air to the head, and as you exhale, send it down to leave through the feet. Keep going. Take one more deep, slow breath. Make the out-breath beautifully long. Then slowly move your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretch your arms overhead. When you can and you're on the floor, bring your knees into chest and slowly roll to one side with your legs. Take a breath here, and when you can, sit back up on your mat so your spine is straight. Then take one more big breath in, lift the chest, lift the arms right above your head. Exhale, send your palms to your chest as we bow and say Namaste. Well done for your practice today. And I'm just going to turn off this.